President Obama is trying to blunt criticism of his Supreme Court pick over a remark that has fueled accusations she is a racist. Sotomayor said 8 years ago that a white male was not as qualified as a Latina woman to make legal decisions. Today, the president attempted to put that in context.
I'm sure she would have restated it, but if you look in the entire sweep of the essay that she wrote, what's clear is that she was simply saying that her life experiences will give her information about the struggles and hardships that people are going through that will make her a good judge.
But will that change any minds about Judge Sotomayor? We report, you decide. Here is White House correspondent Wendell Goller.
Faced with bitter conservative condemnation of an 8-year-old comment by the president's Supreme Court nominee, the White House today moved to distance her from it.
I think she'd say that her word choice in 2001 was poor.
Gibbs was referring to 2001 remarks in Berkeley, California, in which Judge Sotomayor said a, quote, wise Latina woman with the richness of her experiences would more often than not reach a better conclusion than a white male who hasn't lived that life. Former House Speaker Newt Gingrich called the comment racist. Rush Limbaugh, whom Democrats argue has inherited Gingrich's role as voice of the Republican Party, went a step further.
How can a party get behind such a candidate? That's what would be asked if somebody were foolish enough to nominate David Duke or pick somebody even less offensive.
David Duke is a former Grand Wizard of the Ku Klux Klan, and the White House expressed outrage at the comparison.
I don't think you have to be the nominee to find what was said today offensive.
Sotomayor's supporters say the thinking doesn't show up in her legal opinions.
Challenge her work. Show me, Mr. Gingrich, show me, Mr. Limbaugh, anywhere in her work where she shows herself to be a racist.
But some critics point to a decision now before the Supreme Court rejecting a white firefighter's challenge to New Haven, Connecticut's decision to throw out a promotional test that no black firefighters passed.
She did this all without really examining the civil rights law or the constitutional implications under the Equal Protection Clause, and I think that really is something that the Judiciary Committee should grill her on.
Chavez doesn't buy the argument that Sotomayor and the other judges merely affirmed the city's decision to protect itself from lawsuits from black firefighters. Many observers saw President Obama's election as a validation of a post-racial campaign, and they see identity politics in Sotomayor's nomination, an appeal to Hispanic voters, many of whom turned against Republicans in the immigration debate. But Chavez, whose group doesn't support Sotomayor, says the Hispanic community doesn't march in lockstep.
There are great differences between the Cuban American, Puerto Rican American, and Mexican American. Those are the three big groups, with the Mexican American really being the lion's share of that community.
Linda Chavez and other political experts say calling Judge Sotomayor racist is not going to help Republicans. She says they need to confine the criticism to her judicial record. At the White House, Wendell Goller, Fox News.